Hello, this is Big Ben in Hong Kong. Welcome to Meet the Entertainers on the Big Ben Show, and I decided to wear clown makeup, and well, it was quite interesting actually. I stopped wearing clown makeup because it used to scare the kids at the birthday parties, and also it was just a way of cutting down on the preparation time if you've got lots of shows in one day. But wearing the clown makeup made me a little bit more intimidating. And I did 6 shows without a stage in the shopping centre, and it was only one show did I ever get any of the now ubiquitous interference by kids. In Hong Kong, they're a bit jaded, and they have a bit too many clown shows at their birthday parties, and they kind of think they can walk all over you. They have no respect, and when you're doing your show, they'll start coming up and taking things from your box and getting closer and closer, and it's very hard to actually perform. You're more like being a teacher. But maybe with the clown makeup on, I looked a little bit more intimidating, eh? Maybe.
How's it going? Good, yes? Yeah. Hey. I've got some jokes. Well, jeez. I'm glad to be here. I got attacked today in Hong Kong. A gang of 23. Stop clapping, stop it, have it on the joke. Behave yourself, stop. Ah, come on. Thank you. Hey, you're right, thank you. Oh, this is too much. It's too much, guys. Please. Yes, I literally, I'm not joking, I was actually attacked in Hong Kong. Like a gang of about 23 youths. They were trying to pull down my trousers, and they stole my phone. It was my own fault. It's not easy being a children's party entertainer. Hey! Thank you. I'll pay you next week. I've been a party entertainer for how long? 30 years. Next year, 30 years I've been a party entertainer. I like to play the party games with the kids, because when you're my age, the adults normally beat me. I'm very competitive. Musical chairs. Oh, too fast. I've done a lot of juggling shows and magic balloon shows. I've done balloon shows. I used to do a lot of unicycling, yeah? And I almost ran a kid over on my unicycle. I tried, but I couldn't quite get him. I tell you what though, you're laughing now, I dropped my magic box onto the birthday boy's head. Nightmare. Luckily he didn't break it, so... yeah, so that was... I'm glad it's not in the front row, by the way, because I hear that kid in the front row with the juggling club. Well, they're very naughty, I haven't got any knives. If I had to sum up my career, if you don't know a lot about the clown business, if I had to sum up my career, it would be this. Some kids are going to be instantly scared of the clown, right? Others take a bit more time. What's the fastest way to make a party entertainer happy? Pay me. Pay you, that's it. No, I'm joking. Pay me and then cancel the show. That is absolutely the best. Oh, people say, how do you control the kids? How? Come on, you've had 30 kids. They were attacking me today. They're pulling on my trousers. How do you control 30 hyperactive kids? Nerve gas. Sedatives in the candy. A young clown was shocked. He said, Ben, do you still give out candy? Aren't you worried? If one of the kids chokes, what will the parents say? I said, normally they thank me. Make some noise if you're a mime artist. Oh! No, you're supposed to be silent, and mime is... no, make some noise! Yes, very good, thank you, that's good. You were right, yeah, you're right, yeah. But I like the noise. Give me 5! Money. I got some one-liners, do you want to hear some? I got some real jokes. Here we go. 3! I saw a juggler with only one arm. I gave him a hand. Okay. I'll try to more. Buy my DVD. My wife thinks it's fantastic. helps her get to sleep. Hey! Oh, for the last 3 jokes, you're going to have to picture me in my full clown makeup. So I'm going to describe it, and then you've got to picture it. Okay. So I used to wear like pink polka dot trousers. Yeah. Hey, sexy. Yeah, you like that. Ooh. And I'd have like a lime green jacket. Yeah, lime and pink, or a combination. And I'd have a red nose. You've got to say pink, green, red nose. Neon wig, and of course white makeup, totally covering the face. Yeah. Joke number 1: in many countries, if you've got a white face, you can become an English teacher. Thank you. There's a belief that women find funny guys attractive. Don't wear what I did on a first date. You know what? I think. I'll leave you with this. I think I'm going to stop wearing a clown makeup because, well, it scares the kids at the parties. And every time I get home from work, my wife says, "Wipe that smile off your face." Let's look at Mr. Andrew Grant. Okay, Andrew. Boom. One more time for Big Ben Matthews. You guys look for all of your birthday parties? Really good joke.
Well, today I think I'm going to give a mini podcast mainly about transport. One of the fun things about my job is meeting various taxi drivers. This one had a harmonica. Take it away, Sam.
Wow. Oh yeah, be careful. Yeah, be careful. Yeah, don't let the police see you play the harmonica and drive.
By the way, I'm just watching a street performance on a video. That's what you're hearing in the background. Oh, by the way, all the old episodes of this podcast can be found on my website. So if you want to hear all the other entertainers I've interviewed, then just go to www.thebigbenshow.com. Alright, let's talk about transport.
Yeah, okay, well I'm on a motorcycle. I've got
Amazing.
I got like a scooter with a massive box on the back.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and everything fits in. Everything, the case sits, because it's a scooter, sits between my legs.
Yeah, so Andy can actually fit a little unicycle, his entire show, his sound system, his robot, everything in a big box on the back of a motor scooter.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
A scooter, yeah. Even when it's raining, I mean, actually, especially when it's raining, it makes me. I still ride the scooter when it's raining because it's even harder to get transport. Yeah. But it means I can take jobs without worrying about. Because I know a lot of people are like, man, I got to get out of here. There's no way I can get to the next job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is one of my biggest stresses for me. The past 2 weekends, especially last weekend when it was raining, it was really hard. I spent most of my energy trying to get from one show to the next.
Yeah.
And I prepared really early. I was trying to book my favourite minivan drivers, but they weren't free. I was trying to book a minivan for 6 hours, but no one wanted to do it. Trying to book a private car, but they cost a fortune.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it's hard. And I had to do it, though, because there was no way I could. I knew the venues were pretty empty of taxis, especially when it was raining. So if I had 45 minutes to get to the next show, and I had to have something ready to drive me there, it's hard.
Yeah. So
I guess goodness great.
Yeah, I had my daughter came to a show last week, and afterwards we had to get a taxi home. Couldn't get home, man. It's just awful. I'm just like, oh man, I hate getting taxis. Just never one around when you need it. And then when you don't need it, there's 20 waiting in some taxi stand.
I've got a contract that says go to the Harbourfront Horizon Clubhouse, in quotation marks, next to the hotel, alright? Now, it's raining, and it's a Friday evening, it's the rush hour, so straight off, I can't get a taxi. And the taxis I do get, they don't want to go to TST, it's in Kowloon side, and the taxis don't want to go there. So the taxi I do get he'll say, I'll take you to what we call a TST, or a Kowloon taxi. So he drives me down the hill, but there's traffic jams, right? There's these tourist coaches blocking us, so I've wasted 10 to 15 minutes already. I get to this taxi stand, there's no taxis there. I'll waste another 10 minutes. Finally, Kowloon taxi turns up. I get into that, and we've got traffic jams all the way around Hong Kong Island to the tunnel. We go under the water, through the Kowloon tunnel, and whoa, yes, we make it to, right, Harbourfront Horizons with 5 minutes to spare. Phew, yay! But the people there say there's nothing happening in their clubhouse. Oh my god! So I call the organizer, and the organizer says, call the client. And the client tells me to pass the phone to the hotel receptionist. The hotel receptionist then puts me into another taxi. This is my third taxi, and tells this taxi in Cantonese where I'm supposed to go. This taxi drives off. I'm now 10 minutes late, but I get to somewhere called the Harbourfront Grand. I jump out and I tell them I'm going to the 7th floor to the clubhouse. They say there's no clubhouse on the 7th floor. Whoa, it doesn't exist. Okay, so I'm starting to panic. I'm 10 minutes late. So I go outside, I get a fourth taxi. I phone the client again, but this client still can't give me a road name and a road number. What she says is it's next to the hotel, and there's so many hotels in this area. Turns out she's put the wrong building name on the contract, okay? The contract said Harbourfront Horizons, but actually I was supposed to be going to Harbourfront Landmark. To make matters worse, nearly every single building in that area is called Harbourfront something. Just Google Harbourfront building, Hung Hom, Kowloon, and you'll find there's masses and masses.
I once booked a minivan, but he didn't turn up on time, and there were loads of empty taxis going past. So I thought, I better get one of these taxis, otherwise I'm going to be late for my show, and I'll just phone up and cancel the minivan. But as I got in the taxi, the minivan drew up behind me. So I thought, I said, hold on, taxi driver, I'm just going to give this guy just a tip for turning up. So I rushed out. Now, I'm dressed up as Father Christmas, okay? And I'm giving money to the minivan driver, who's a Cantonese speaker and really doesn't speak any English. And he's like, what's going on? And I'm going, no, it's okay, I'm going to take this taxi, here's this money, just thank you for turning up. And as I leave, I'm driving off, and the minivan company calls me and says, your minivan's here. I said, no, I've sorted it out. And they go, no. I said, so happen, and I drive on in the taxi. About 10 minutes later, they call back, your minivan's still waiting. Like, what? Then I realised I'd just given $50 to a random minivan that wasn't mine.
No.
So some Cantonese-speaking minivan driver has seen this nervous-looking Father Christmas rush up and thrust money into his face and then run off. So it was like Christmas came early for him. And the real driver turned up 5 minutes later and was just waiting and waiting and waiting.
I thought you were going to say that you left your kit bag. And
I've done things like that. Whenever I do a show, I try to keep all my stuff in one spot. But sometimes, for some reason, like sometimes they say, oh, do the games outside, and then you go outside. Or sometimes I have a giant balloon pump that you can see behind there.
Yeah.
I'm pumping up a giant balloon.
Yeah.
And sometimes the electricity socket is way away from the stage. And invariably, when my stuff isn't all in one spot, I pack up everything up in one spot, and I leave, and then I remember, hang on, there was something at the other end of the room that I'd forgotten.
Yeah, I'm famous in my company for forgetting things. I forget something every party, and it's gotten to a ridiculous point.
So what do? Do you go back and get it?
Actually, usually the parents are really nice here. They're like, I work in Central, so I'll just bring it to Central next time I go to work or whatever. Yeah. I did have to go back to Fanling once.
Oh no! Fanling is miles and miles
China.
and miles away.
Yeah, it was pretty much on the border, and I'd forgotten. And it wasn't even something that important. But my mother does this thing where she charges me an astronomical amount of money if I lose something.
Oh.
So if we lose the rope, she's like, well, then I have to go to the yachting store, I've got to buy a new rope for tug of war, and it's going to cost me this, and it's going to cost my time. So that's $600 for that piece of rope. And I'm like, no. So I went to Fan Lake and got the rope.
How do you transport all your equipment to get to the event where you're going to do your street show? Because you've got a massive unicycle.
Surprisingly, I can fit. I had a custom-built 12-foot unicycle.
Yeah.
And it comes apart and fits in a normal suitcase.
Wow.
And it doesn't weigh that much, so I can put that in a suitcase with a lot of other gear. And then I have another suitcase with my small unicycle and all my clothes. And then I have a carry-on that I put my sound system in. And so with 2 suitcases and a carry-on, I can fit everything I need for a week or 2.
Yeah. Okay.
And the funny part is when I'm going, you know, say I'm somewhere and I have all my stuff, and I can actually ride my small unicycle while pushing my 12-foot unicycle and pulling my suitcase. So that's how I get to the actual pitch. I actually ride my unicycle. So it's kind of like a funny little act, just getting to the place I perform.
And what's your favourite kind of transport? Buses, trains, planes, taxis? Depending on how far you're going to travel.
I prefer just having my own car, or you know, my own vehicle where I can just, you know, pack everything in.
Because at the very beginning, I experienced going a taxi, train, this back, and you go all sweaty.
Yes.
Running a lot.
Yes.
Back and forth, and with your suitcase, with the assistant. It's not worth it. For me, I look at it, I'm tired for no reason.
Okay.
And I want, my concentration is I want to be able to do a very, very, very good show.
Yes.
Once I get there.
So what was your solution?
My solution is just to hire a taxi or van.
Hire a taxi or van.
I'll charge the client whatever the transportation and tell them, look, this is what it costs, and that's it.
Yeah.
And this is what I do. I go down here, call the van, Uber van, they take me, go over there to the show.
You call a Euro?
Uber.
Uber, yes, Uber.
Uber,
Okay,
yeah. Uber van.
And that works fine, does it?
Yeah, and
There's a tip for me, I try Uber van as well.
Yeah, Uber van is very good, and the taxi.
Yeah.
And I go to the show.
Do you hire him for the whole day if you have 3 or 4 shows in one day?
Indeed,
yes.
Indeed. Because once I finish the show, I give him my time. I said to him, 45 minutes, 20 minutes to prepare, 45 minutes, an hour, and 20 minutes to pack it down. I'll see you here at this time.
Yes.
And he's at the door.
I do this as well
I'm ready to go
do
at
you
the
use
door.
the same driver? Or do you get...
I was lucky to... 90% I use the same driver. I lucky
me
to
too. I have a
find...
favourite minivan driver.
Since I've been here, I think I never had any being late show.
No.
Only once, and I was stuck on traffic, and I called the client. The client was in a club, but he couldn't pick up the phone, so I called the agency, and the agency called it. And I actually got there at the, let's say, at the time that I was supposed to perform by 3 o'clock, and it took me about 50 minutes to set up, and it was funny that day because I tried to call the client, I left a message, and I got in time to the performance time, but by the time I have to prepare, it took me 50 minutes. The show was great. Her grandpa of the girl gave me $500 tip.
Wow.
And then I had a complaint later on from that woman because to agency, to Andy, that I arrived late.
Yeah, but you've got a $500 tip.
This is very
So
very bizarre.
Bizarre, yeah.
And
on the one hand, the grandpa gives you a $500 tip. That's an amazing show.
And I said, but it's impossible. How can this be possible? That, for example, for whatever reason, magician arrived late because it's stuck in traffic or whatever. Well, move things around.
Yeah.
Give the food now and leave the magician for later.
Yeah.
You know, she wanted to have everything perfect.
That's a good idea. If you're running very late, just tell the client to do the food first. Or
Yeah, do something put ahead.
You can do the birthday cake first, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Do the birthday cake
then
first.
The party will be great. And one of the shows, I've got about an hour to get from central Hong Kong to the other side of Hong Kong, and I get out and I can't find a taxi, and I'm running around up and down the middle of the road trying to grab a taxi, but there's no taxis. Everybody's changing shift, right? Because it's 4:30 in the afternoon, and then I turn around and I see these minivans belonging to some caterers who are delivering food to the various restaurants, right? So I go up to one of the caterers and I say, "Where are you going?" He says, "I'm going to Hong Kong Park View, which is halfway to where I want to go." So I say, "If I give you $200, will you take me there?" And he says, "Yes." So I hijack the minivan. I'm sitting in there with amongst all the catering stuff, all the food and stuff, with all my boxes and my unicycles, and I hijack it, and he takes me to Hong Kong Park View, where there's loads of taxis, and I get to the next show on time, eh? Brilliant! I should try that more often. So, those are some of the stories of the problems entertainers have with transport. I'll leave you now with that taxi driver playing his harmonica and singing away in Cantonese. Take care, guys. Talk to you next week. Wow! Ha ha!
為願眾神預備地方，諸天萬物歌唱，諸天萬物歌唱，諸天萬物歌唱。
Yay! Wow, you're the best taxi driver. You're the best taxi driver in Hong Kong.
You like?
I like.